What's up? I'm on Shyla, all that good stuff. My day is going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. Many things add up to where it is that you are now. According to what it is you wish to accomplish, what would it be that you would need to change now to make that possible, whatever that may be? Because one specific thing you may not think about or notice that you see. What you are seeing now amongst your life is the compound interest that you have accumulated before now from past decisions that you have made. So, to be where it is you wish to be upon this day, what would it be that you would have to change? To be for what it is you wish to be, and the result that ultimately you wish to see. Many things add up, no matter if you know they do or not. No matter if it is you think it's trivial or if it is not. According to what it is you wish to see, for what it is upon a future day, what would you have to do consistently after today? Are you aware, or have you ever considered for what in your life later? Have you ever taken the time for this to consider? Many things add up to where it is that you are now. Or maybe a friend. Or someone else that you have just met. Maybe just not quite a friend. You realize how much had to happen for them to be for where it is they are to see you now. Far from a coincidence to be able to see you now. You ever considered things that are not trivial? Or do you make your decisions and just think they are trivial? Do you not know that they add up for where it is you are now and for where it is you will be from later than now? So amongst your dreams and aspirations, what differently would you have to do to accomplish your aspirations? You ever take the time to consider many things such as this? Or do you even take the time to consider many decisions you make? Some require immediate action, while others require you to hesitate. Is it something that you overlook? Maybe there is something that you are currently overlooking. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. But then you're disappointed because of the result that you expect. But because of lack of action, it never comes. Could always be a crucial moment. Of course, you can always be one that considers every moment as one of these. Something that weighs more than one that is not, such as this. What if you consider every moment you have, such as this? For everything you wish to accomplish, could it not be a crucial moment and you could accomplish? Or is it something that you will choose not to do? Give you something interesting about such things. No matter if you wish to do or not do such things, it's fairly easy to create success habits to where you do for what it is you wish to succeed, to where you don't even think about it, you just do it because you wish to succeed. Becomes second nature, don't even have to think. Body reacts because you already told it for what it is you think. Beating it into submission. Otherwise, many things you will not do otherwise. But it's something that is easy. You do it regardless, if you like it or if it's easy. You ever go to a new job and you learn for what it is you need to do? After a while, it becomes what? Second nature to you? Have you ever considered treating your aspirations and dreams in the same way? You are the one that chooses. And it's very easy to choose. It's very easy to do, too. It's a must-do list. Maybe make one and carry it with you, of what it is you must do. Regardless of anything else, many things you can do with such things as this. For anything is possible, if you look at it like this. Many things that ones think they have no control. But when it comes time for the action, they are the one that chooses and says no. It is a conscious decision, not one that they have fully decided to do the opposite of that. Because one that happens to choose, and 125% they choose to do. There is no room for lenience. Many things you must do. You are the one that chooses if there is any lenience. If it is something you truthfully wish to do, there will be no dispute. You will just do. Other than that, it is not important to you. Oh, I'll do it then. I'll do it later. I'll do it when this happens. Do you know what that is? That is an excuse of something you actually do not wish to do. But what would you do if you knew the compound interest of that you wish not to do? Has that been anything that has been considered by you? Weeks, months, years toward your dream. You've lost how many years? You've lost how many months? You've lost how many weeks? You do not have time to waste. Many things, they do not wait. And you are more than well and able. For every time you take a breath, you prove upon the fact you are able. A conscious decision that your body and mind and mouth confirm that decision. It goes against for what it is you wish to achieve. Easy way to combat for what it is that is against. Think something that is not what it is you wish to achieve. Just use these. You cannot think and speak at the same time. What happens if you declare for what is yours or mine? And for what is against? What happens if you rebuke for what is against? Say nope, that is on the do list. It gets done regardless of anything else. Upon decisions or actions, what happens then? If you back up your words and actions. Using for what it is that is within your means. No matter for what that is or for what that means. Many things can stand before you. But what happens if you have a do list to conquer anything that stands before you? That has opposition against such things. It has no choice but to submit and move, like you have said, with your words and your actions in these such things. Have you ever taken the time to consider such things? Or is it something that you do not? Do you think your decisions are trivial? I can prove that they are not. The compound interest that you have been seeing, is it what it is that you wish to be seeing? Can you think of any decision that may have led to such things? Maybe putting off or choosing to do something that you should not have? Hmm. It's kind of like this. With your dream and aspiration. Whatever it may be that is your aspiration. Let's just say that you have a job. If you show up, do you get paid for doing your job? But if it is that you do not, do you get a paycheck or do you not? Do you think that you are weak? You are far from anything that is, and can resemble such things that are weak. For you have the right and ability to choose. Nothing can stand before you once it is that you have fully and chose to choose. If it does, it only gets mowed down. It's a wall that falls to the ground. It's a mountain that trembles at your feet. Regrets the very day that you and it happened to meet. But only with dedication and devotion. With steady persistence, can you see the result that would be the compound interest. Many things lead to where it is that you are now. If you had the choice to change your life now, would you do so? Without hesitation. Without saying, I'll do it later. Do it now without hesitation. For you never know upon how much time you have left. Even now, it's ticking away what it is that you have left. But you are well able and favored. Get some success habits, and you will be favored. That's kind of similar for what it is that I do. Regardless if one watches me or not, I do for what it is I do. No matter if one's watch it later or watch it now. One way or another, it will be. And it will stay, even when I am no longer happen to be seen. Watching, waiting for when many things be said then, be said now, be said many years from now. Many things you could learn just by listening to something that you don't even know that exists at some point. Someone will turn you on to what it is that is the point. That's when the sword shows its point. Conscious decision, no matter if you know you make one or not. What is the compound interest of that decision in this spot? Oh, but I think that I am weak, fallen to the temptations and other things. It's a conscious decision to do such things. It has nothing to do with your body being weak. It has more to do with your decision making being weak. For when you make a conscious decision that it will happen, there is no other result but for it to happen. In every breath you take, you prove upon the fact that you are able. No matter if another tries to show you that you are not able. No matter if a mountain stands before you or not. Do you not realize it has power over you not? For that mountain cannot move unless you tell it to. But guess what? You can. You can avoid the mountain. But how much better is the view when you get on top of that mountain? You could see everything that could possibly be. Might want to put your climbing boots on so you can see. Many, many things. Have you ever taken the time to consider such things? No matter for what stands in your way. Flesh or not, or just an issue upon this spot. Many resources to deal with such things. Easily able to conquer such things. You realize how easy it is nowadays to get anything accomplished you wish. Oh, you need something done? You don't want to do it yourself. Many places that offer such things. Do not do it yourself. Doesn't it? Think about this for a minute. Any service that you would ever wish to accomplish anything that you wish to do is at the fingertips of you. Even if it is that you are incapable, you are more than able to find someone that is capable. Some people are skilled at certain things and others are not. But many places offer services that they are capable and you are not. All of a sudden makes that mountain a little smaller, doesn't it? When more than one is telling it to move upon that spot. Many things. Now that's if it is that it's not something that would be a normal problem that you would face. Something that you are not ranked or able to face in this place. But for your normal day-to-day, no matter for what it is upon this day, the mountains that stand before you, You are more than able to conquer the mountain that stands before you. It's not hard to understand. Usually, amongst your dream and aspiration, these are things that you would not face. These are just problems that show up out of no reason and have no place. But as for your dream and aspiration, you already know for what you need to do to accomplish your aspiration. Many things, I'm sure you know. Or just do some Google foo. I'm sure at that point you will know. Many decisions yet to make. What do you wish to be the compound interest for the decision that you make? Or is it one that you have got compound interest from waiting to make it? How much longer will you wait to make it? No matter for what it is that you need to see before you make it. You ever taken the time to consider what might happen before you make it? Like I have a few decisions to make myself. Half the time when I'm speaking such things, I'm speaking to myself, as well as it is whoever it is that will be willing to listen. Just keep in mind, I'm just trying to help you listen. Make you think in a way that you may not before. The only way you think different is you are encouraged to think different than before. The only way you can renew your mind is get new information that you did not have at that time. The only way to get a new mindset is change for what habits that are not successful, regardless for what it is that is not successful. I've heard one excuse, particularly. I know what it is I should do, but I choose with my body to convey upon the fact these are things I do not wish to do. Do you wish to know another way to say that? For the mind is willing, but the body is weak. But here's your problem. With a new mindset, by renewing your mind, you know for what you should change and do different at that time. And by renewing the mind, you do not have. For what makes your body weak? For you have a renewed mind. A conscious decision followed with your words and actions. Considering the compound interest that you will get for those actions. So many things stand before you. What will you do with such things that stand before you? Will you tremble? Or will it be that you will make them tremble? As far as your situation, or what it is that you wish to get out of any situation. Do you see it as trivial, or do you not? Do you choose to put it off and act not? Not knowing that your dream or aspiration, or what you wish to accomplish, is farther or farther away from what it is that you could achieve if you were just to do for what it is you know you need to do to achieve. If you do nothing, it remains the same. If you do nothing, it will be worse upon this day. But if it is upon your to-do list, must do it before the end of my day I finish my list. What will be the result? Different if you were to choose to do this. Putting it off, it can continue to fester without proper dealing with. It can be old and start to fester. Become harder and harder to deal with. All because you chose not to deal with. Wouldn't it just be easier to put it on your list? Get it done and do for whatever is next. Dealt with, finished. Move on to something new that you wish to have finished. Or do you choose to make it harder on yourself and refuse to do? Many things are such like this. It's not hard to understand this. There are things that maybe you might be putting off. Depending on the seriousness, it may be getting harder to fix if you continue to put it off. Think of your most important things. They have some kind of maintenance that is required. Is there not? So these things that you keep putting off in this spot, how much farther are you getting behind on these such things? How much harder will it be to accomplish if you continue to put off such things? Within what it is that you are able to do within your means, of course. But when things pile up with compound interest, it hurts even worse. Even amongst these, there are examples of compound interest. The decisions not to deal with being harder to deal with. Many things affect you in this such way. No matter if it is you realize they do or not upon this day. So, amongst your dream and aspiration, what would you do differently if you knew you could achieve your aspiration? Because guess what? You can. But it requires consistently doing for what you can. Whatever that may be. Within your dream and aspiration, what is the result you wish to see? But many decisions, such as I have talked in my previous. I have met with who it is that I said I would in my previous. Many decisions for me to make, but these are ones important, ones that mean a lot. Cannot make a rash decision without thinking not. A lot to consider. Even for the other, there's a lot to consider. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this one. Because I'm trying to think of what my compound interest would be by deciding this one. What would happen, what would not? How would my life and the others involved be affected, and how would they not? How did everything else that has led up to come up with for what happened before I happened to speak to you? What, if anything, is trying to stop me from having my best? What mountain might stand before me, trying to stop me from getting the best? What kind of connections might I gain? What kind of connections are trivial, and regardless, will end upon some day? What ones will strengthen? What ones will weaken? What kind of other things with certain decisions would weaken? Many things to consider. It's one of those things that's kind of hard to consider. An event that has inspired for what it is you listen was something yesterday I spoke of. Before this, you got to listen. So what was the compound interest leading up to that decision? That happened before for what is that is to make for the next decision. It was a question that I was asking myself. Why everything before? If it just led to this. But now, I kind of shed some light on this. Probably would have never had this stream if it was not for what influenced, for what is this stream. It's funny how everything works out. Many things, no matter for if you realize it does or does not, works out. That it works out for what the compound interest happens to be. For what result now you happen to see. Many things have led to what it is that I speak of. Many things, even years before I knew of this decision, showed that it happened to speak of. Could be a crucial decision, a tipping point at this decision. Could be something that is trivial. Never know until you're in the situation. If it's a crucial moment, or if it's not. So why not think of every decision as a crucial moment and a trivial one not? It's hard to know for what might happen. Hard to know for what could have happened. Have an opportunity, as well as a small sacrifice as well. What is the sacrifice worth? For what extra I would have to deal with as well? Would it stop me from being for what it is I need to be? Would it stop me from being able to do as it is that needs to be seen? By ones that need to see it regardless if they admit it or not. Would it be a bad decision for me to not? Would it be one that would be good? Many things can determine if it is good or bad, no matter if it's happy or if it's sad. Not a trivial matter by any means. Regardless of what it is that needs to be achieved and the means. Every decision that you happen to make as well can be a crucial moment just as well. One that I spoke to happened to say you think too much. Sorry, but actually I think that might be incorrect. For I think of the compound interest, not what it is that I see. Right away, being unaware of the compound interest. And many things have happened. As I have informed you of certain things, not all that has happened. But anyway, as far as that, many things can or cannot influence such things as that. Some things can be, some things cannot. Especially if you know for what you wish to have with your compound interest and with your end result before you even get to the point that you have to make the decision for your end result. But how might that affect other things? That's the only thing. It makes it hard to make a decision. Especially one that is a difficult decision. But ultimately, what leads to the proper way you wish to see your situation in this day? It's very easy or very hard to know for what with your compass points you in that direction. It's not very hard if you know which direction. But many things that I must decide. But many things as well. As do you need to probably decide. What is it? Do you know for what you wish? Do you know how it is? Possibly this you can get. Can you tell when it is? It looks to be favorable, but it is not. You know when and how to tell. Is it something that's easy or is it hard to tell? Can it be something that you can acquire the information? Acquiries that answer questions. Is it something that happens to baffle you? Is it something that there is a connection between you and another? One possibly could diminish, while another strengthens, or the other way around. To whoever it is, it happens to be around. Could it be like a midsummer's day? Or is it like a fall? When it is that the leaves begin to fall. Is it as a harsh winter's day that leads to spring upon the next day? Or is it more of a spring day? Is it something that needs to be pinpointed to know for what you should expect? With precision and accuracy, you know what to expect. With repetition and practice, practicing the building blocks for what it is you wish to achieve, you get with practice. Is there something beyond that? Is there something that is harder to achieve than such things as that? Is it a thing that it is trivial for what connection might be made? A small one, just trivial for what it was made. Can it be a bigger one than has been announced? For whoever you may be around, even if they have or have not announced. Many things can lead many ways. Just depends upon what result you wish to have upon this day. Is it something that only your eyes can see? Is it something that only will be seen by the eyes that are yours or belong to me? The compound interest in your life that you see. Do not forget, even now I speak to me, myself as well. many times has it been that I have listened and noticed something specifically for myself? As it is, I have listened. And a day later than what it is that I originally do for what it is that I call this. Many might think that it's a riddle of same type, but that is not what it is that I wish to accomplish. I just wish for you to use this. That is what I wish to accomplish. Just questions that require an answer, regardless if you like or dislike the answer. No matter if it's a question you do not like to be heard or happen to listen to. Maybe it's a question that you can ask another besides you. Many might see it as rambling and other things. But it is much more than these such things. Many things can be answered and found. Many things amongst your own heart can be found. If it is that you only answer the questions for that to be able to be to where the light is shined upon it for you to see. A question amongst many things. What, as far as these things, do you wish to see with a compound interest that is currently for what it is that you have seen? I'm back. I try to make my little intermissions kind of short, but hold on. I gotta adjust this. But many things can be achieved, but also to achieve those things, what might it be that cannot be achieved? That may or may not make sense. That last part. To achieve a certain thing. What is it that you will not be able to achieve that? What's the compound interest of such things as that? What would it be that would not be accomplished? That maybe is more important to accomplish? Many things amongst your life may be like this as well. Gotta make the choice. Which do you wish to accomplish and accomplish well? What do you wish to pursue? As far as maybe profession, craft, or field. That is, just other parts of your profession. What will it be that is left unturned? Will there be any leaves that are left unturned? Will there be someone that maybe you do not meet? All because of what it was you did not shuffle your feet? Would it be that the one that you might seek is the one that's waiting for you or me for what it is that you wish to achieve? Maybe it's love that you wish to have, and for that you wish to be happy as it is. These are things you wish to achieve. Must find one that your heart does not splatter. Maybe it might take time for you to heal from the splatters. Or maybe is it many things, the love that you happen to guard? No matter if it's seen close or if it's seen far. Is it something that one protects you regardless? Or is it something that you see as trivial and do not do such things regardless? But many things lead up to decisions and the results that you have seen. Whatever situation that you may be. But have you considered the finer things? Do you know what result you wish to have and to have been seen? Is it something easy or is it hard to achieve? Something that maybe will take time. Or is it something that is trivial and you do not wish to spend the time? So many things are these things that you have considered. Just take a few seconds. Everything I have said so far, have you considered? Do you know where you wish to be? Do you know what you must do to get where it is you wish to see? Are you willing to be consistent? For actions worked out with consistency deliver results that are proven to be consistency. Many things can add up to what it is that is consistency. Is it something that you're good at short bursts? Is it something that you are more like cross country than a sudden burst? But every day and every second that you put it off is another moment that makes it worse because you choose to put it off. No matter for what it might be. If it is, in truth, you know for what it is you wish to see, then the decision is fairly easy to make. Don't even have to think about it or hesitate. At least for ones that are small and do not matter. Are not mountains, so at that point they do not matter. Because even your decisions can be big or little, depending on the seriousness of your decisions. But also, another question amongst these many things that I have asked with my questions. At what price as well? Because for every result, no matter what you wish to get with your result, there is a price of your actions to get that result. No matter what it may be, no matter what aspiration or dreams underneath that decision, are they outlaying areas that influence such decisions? Are other contributing factors that others did not know for what was the contributing factors? For many parts of this decision, many times it's a two-way road to make that decision. Kind of like, I'll give you a small example of this. This individual that has come to me about doing voice acting for his anime that he's doing or she's doing. I have made the decision to say yes if it did what it is that I have requested. That's an outlying area within what was requested. But this individual might think that kind of thing is trivial. But he forgets. I've already worked in that area, and that is far from trivial. For every voice acting job I have ever done or applied for, a contract was always required. And it was even amongst the platform that I happened to use. Alerted, if anything other, it is just a ruse. In fact, it was a message about scammers. They gave a specific message. If you have not got confirmation, you are to do no work. And consider them a scammer because, under the proper guidelines, they do not work. Of course, the guy has not messaged me since. So, we'll find out if it's gonna happen or what I've just said makes sense. But many things will lead up to that. In fact, even for my emblem and logo that I have, do you know that they're specifically, if you're using for what service I did, they have you request the service, right? But if they don't fulfill it, when you sign up to have a logo made, at least through the individual that I had it made, they tell you the exact delivered date that they will get. And 100% guarantee for what it is you will get. It's a freelance service that I happen to use. If you pay attention, the order is received. You give in the information, and there's a certain time frame that the work must be received. Sounds a lot like a contract, does it not? There's an interesting little extra piece of information. But of course, most do actually operate under that. Even for, there was a game that someone wanted me to play. They offered to pay me too, to play it and stream it. But the type of game was not within what it is I do. It was nowhere close to the same. These are the games that I choose to play. Why would I change for what horse I ride in? I continue to ride what it is. To change the horse you happen to ride on. Not always wise. So I had to respectively deny. And I did it politely, and nothing happened after that. The genre game was the main issue with that. Nothing close to what it is that I play, or enjoy upon what it is that I happen to play. Would have been a great opportunity. But also, many times, even though the opportunity might look good, you have to really truthfully weigh it out. Amongst many things, is it really weighed out to be good? But also, here's something different between what they did and for what this guy with the comic book thing or the anime. These ones actually specifically said that they would form a contract after a certain period of trying me out as far as that. So they were actually legit. As far as freelance work, no matter what it is, easy way to tell if it's legit. Some kind of contract or a platform that makes the contract for you. That guarantees that the service that they claim they will do will be and cannot be denied you if you have paid for such things, or they can lose access to using such platform and these such things. But many things. Makes me wonder what amongst decisions of others will I see the compound interest of decisions of others. Will I do as what this individual wanted me to do? Or will it be something I talk about, but never actually get to do? It's a curious question I may never get to see. It actually kind of intrigued me. I would have enjoyed doing so as long as it was proper. Not speaking in a way that is not proper. Or against for what it is I stand for as far as my channel. But many decisions yet do I have to make. Many possibly you have to make. But what will be the compound interest of these decisions? Do you know upon what it is you wish to achieve? That can help you amongst for what it is that maybe you just need the proper question to be asked for your brain to start turning because it was asked. To make assumptions is not wise. To also leave your way out, or leave a way out, is something that is always wise. It's like many things were discussed. But in the waiting to finish for what was discussed came to my awareness. Must leave a way out. For the properness of my awareness. It's like a driving tactic. If you are aware of every single thing that is happening around you, I can tell for what all traffic is going on that is going on around you. And you know for what is your exit strategy. If it is something goes bad, someone else does not have the awareness that you have. While you are driving a vehicle that you may or may not have passengers with you. Always leave a way out if you have passengers with you. As well as for what it is that you happen to be like. For nothing is worse than being in a situation that you do not like. Even amongst your life. You're driving with traffic around you amongst your life. Many things are happening. Are you aware of what it is that is happening? If it is that you are a defensive driver, then you are aware and you always leave a way out because you are a defensive driver. But also, aggressive drivers can be the same. Sometimes even more aware than others can be. But leaving a way out is the best way for the best result to be seen. Now this only applies to dangerous situations. Going after your dream and aspiration, these are not things you do with this situation. Only ones that you are unsure. Or ones to where you are not fully the one that has all of the control. Or other things have shown for what interest could be if you do not have proper control. For, as I have mentioned before, there are multiple occasions that this very thing that has happened today was something that showed years before today. And many things that happen to have connected. That I may not and have noticed are connected. But when the situation can be dangerous, like life-threatening, that kind of dangerous, or ones to where the result can be bad, always want to leave your way out on a situation that is bad. Or one that could be. And the smartest decision. No matter what it may be. But many things must be for something that you are aware. For what others may not be aware. That's not a way to retreat. But if something were to go bad, you already know for where it is you will be. Proper positioning for the best result that you could get. Must know for where that might be. Positioning and posture are important things when it is that you need such posture. For if it is that you are not in the right place at the right time, then you could be one that is not exactly in the best area at the best time. But also, you must know for what amongst these many things you wish to see with your compound interest, and the result that you will see. Of course, many things are a two-way street. Get traffic upon the other side. What happens if one does something, but they do not do it on the other side? There was other things that happened to line up. Something when I was waiting. It was mentioned that I heard her mention in my waiting. But enough about such things. It made me think of such things. A certain thing that happened to have been said. But these are things that are trivial matters now. At least for what the decision is as if now. But many things can influence for what happens then or now. Many things have lined up within the best situation. You leave yourself a way out to ensure upon the fact that is upon what you get, regardless for what decision that is trivial or ones that are not, connections that may weaken or loosen in this spot, trivial even amongst that, not much that is backed by that. Only but once. How long can it last, if it was only done once? Well, that looks like all the time I have for now. So, until next time.